What is up, guys? Blackman's Garage back at you again with another aquatic video. I know the last video you seen with any sort of aquarium was my terrarium tank for my leopard frog, Ferdinand. Well, I've established this tank about, give or take 2 months ago, and I wanted to be confident in it before I recorded anything and put it on YouTube. So this is my 30-gallon cold water aquarium and custom made aquarium stand. So we're going to start off low, work our way up, and I'm going to give you a full review of the stand and the tank and all the fish that are in it. Okay, so starting with the stand, it's in a less than ideal condition right now because we have this chair off to the side. I'm a little limited on space right now, but I'll try to give you the best review I can on it. This was a cabinet for above like your countertops or whatever, and I ended up putting plywood on the bottom of it and on the top of it, and I put bracing in it because it has to hold a box that's full of water and that gets heavy. And I basically built it just to keep all my supplies, water conditioner, softener, or not softener, filter cartridges, nets, stuff like that. And I ended up painting it brown, as you can see. Tried to match the trim on my walls a little bit with the wood grain, but it's a little off, but it'll do. So, and it was about $40 to do. So, and I use the original white handles, and I think they look good because I do have some white trim. So, moving to the tank. Okay, so I got this 30-gallon tank, the top and the light, from a coworker for $15, and he had some nasty like neon colored substrate in the bottom of it. I wasn't a big fan of that, so obviously I was going to put fresh substrate in before I put any of my fish in there or anything like that. So we went with a very simplistic design with black substrate, one terracotta pot in the center that I managed to drill a hole through the bottom, and we buried it a little bit with substrate so the fish can swim through it nice and not get stuck, obviously. I bought that one little Chinese temple looking structure at Petco for about $8 or $9. And then off to the other corner we have a small rock garden in the back. They're just various stones that were tumbled, and I think they look good. I might expand that just a little bit larger. And in front of that we have a small plant in the corner that is planted in the same color substrate along with a fertilized soil in the base. I can't really remember the species of that plant. I think it's an anubias of some sort, but it is fertilized and it is planted in a small terracotta pot. We have a small 20-gallon water heater, and that is just to establish or to maintain temperature. It is not to actually heat the tank. The tank stays right around I think 68 to 72 degrees. It fluctuates just slightly with my conditions of the house, and being that it's was originally for cold water fish, I have one or two fish in there that prefer to be in a little bit warmer water, but they kind of just deal with it. They seem healthy enough. I don't see any sort of conditions wrong with them. But aside from that, yeah, it's just to maintain temperature. And yes, I'm aware it's not stuck to the glass right now. I'm having some issues with the suction cups, so if anybody can give me some tips with that. I've cleaned them many a times. I've cleaned the glass. I've tried putting them on dry. I've tried putting them on wet. I can't get them to stay. So any tips on that would be great. And then we have, I can't remember the brand. I think it's a Tetra Pro. It's a Tetra filter, but it is for a 45-gallon, and it has an adjustable flow meter on it, so I'm not splashing my fish around or creating some sort of ungodly current. I was having some issues with algae, so I just did a water change, and well, it wasn't so much water or algae, it was more or less cloudiness of water and a green color, so I guess some algae was putting some part in there. I just added a water conditioner yesterday, and I'm very impressed with how crystal clear it is. If it can stay like this until my next monthly water change. I'd change about 50% every, like, either the beginning of the month or the middle of the month. Depends. So far, we're only 2 months in. I've only done one water change. Or, I did a small water change at the beginning and then one larger one. But yeah, we're doing good so far. As far as the light bulb, I'm not 100% sure what it is. The plant seems to be doing good. The fish seem to be healthy. I use the majority of my fish food and products and filters are Aquarium products, mostly just because my local pet store carries them, and I have good results with it. So, as far as the tank setup, that's pretty much it. I will show you what food and filter I exactly have, and then we will move to the fish. Okay, so to start it off, for all of my bottom feeding fish, we feed them Aquarium shrimp pellets. For tropical fish, goldfish, loaches, catfish, and other bottom feeding fish, I have a few breeds of Corydoras in here, and one bristlenose pleco, and they both seem to like these, so I feed those. Also, for the bristlenose and the Corys, I feed them staple food, Vita chips. I can't remember, it's Sarah brand? Sarah? All I know is my bristlenose goes crazy for these. He really likes those. And then for the goldfish and the zebra danios, they really seem to enjoy the goldfish granules. But because they are granules and not the flakes I have terrible luck with keeping water condition. So if you see the spoons sitting there in the corner, I actually end up crushing these to make them a little bit smaller so the zebras can actually eat them, and they like them. So the water clarifier I was using, Aquarium water clarifier, for I believe it is for freshwater or saltwater fish. But yeah, this stuff works really good. I've had really good success with it. And oddly enough, for water conditioner, I was told, because betas are a little bit more of a finicky fish, they use a little bit more treatment in their water conditioners. So I was told to use Aquarium Beta Bolt Plus, and I've had really, really good results with it. I've had healthy fish. I've had no illnesses. I've had, really good water conditions, and I know this because I took one of the best advice I could from KG Tropicals on YouTube, and I got an API freshwater master test kit, and all of my results have been exactly what they should be for the amount of fish that are in this tank. So I could not be any more pleased with that. So let's move on to the fish. But before we do that, just to be exact, it's a Tetra Whisper IQ 45-gallon filter. And yes, it has the adjustable flow meter. So to finish it off, we have one Comet Goldfish. He's the one that I've had the longest. We have one Emerald Corydora. We have two of these Corydoras. I can't remember how to pronounce it, so forgive me for that. We have one Shibunkin Goldfish, one Longfin Zebra Danio, 6 regular Zebra Danios, one Bristlenose Pleco, who I'm assuming is hiding somewhere right now. He's probably in here. That's where he always is, and he tucks himself in there really good. I don't know how he does it. And we have one little Panda Cory right there. Oh, there he is. How you doing, fella? That's pretty much all my fish for now. I have one in the frog tank, but he'll be introduced into this tank once he gets a little bit bigger. So stay tuned for that, and I'll give you guys an update on the terrarium. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed.